Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Bookmas Day 5. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you're enjoying all the Bookmas videos coming out from all these amazing booktubers or creators on YouTube. I am so excited to watch all of them. In this video, I'm going to be reading Christmas books or holiday books for an entire week. This is the pile of books that I got for Bookmas Day 1 when I went Christmas book shopping. If you haven't watched that, I'll link it somewhere up here. But yeah, we're gonna pick our first read. I'm not too sure which one I want to start with. I also have some books on my Kindle that I downloaded that I couldn't get in person, but I kind of want to pick up like a physical book and read a physical book. I don't know why I've been itching to read a physical book lately. I've been editing so much trying to get these Bookmas videos up, but I think I'm moving towards this one just because the cover is just giving everything. Just look at this. It's giving the perfect Christmas vibe right now, and it's snowing outside, so this is just like a good read at the moment to set the rest of the vibes of this video. I read the last two books, which I'm not really a fan of, but I heard this one's a lot better. Anyways, I actually don't know much about this book, so I will update you when I've gotten a little bit into the book. Hello guys, it's the next day. I didn't update you guys yesterday because I didn't read that much. I probably read like 50 pages of this book, but then when I woke up this morning I read like another 100 pages because that's how good it was. Like right off the bat, I am loving this book compared to the last two books in the series. Anyways, if you don't already know what this book is about, it's described as a small town spicy festive romance, and I love small town holiday books, especially during the holidays, just because it gives that cozy festive vibe. Like, I'm from a small town too, but it's not like that festive. I feel like everyone's in their own world because it's snowing outside. There's so much snow everywhere, so everyone just chooses to stay inside. This book follows two characters, Kira North, who is like a new resident in Dream Harbor, and Bennett Ellis, who is Jeannie's brother. Jeannie's from the first book, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. This is like a Grumpy Sunshine but reversed. So Kira hates Christmas, but then she buys this rundown Christmas tree farm in Dream Harbor, and she lives in an equally rundown house in that farm. She is not used to this because she is from like a rich affluent family. She also has a twin sister named Chloe. She married someone and they moved to Australia, so this is her first time being alone, and she wanted to do something to prove that she can do things independently. So she took a huge leap and bought this fixer-upper farm, and she knows nothing about it. This is where Bennett, our male main character, comes in. He is vacationing and spending the holidays in Dream Harbor. He's trying to get away from his life in California, and he's wanting cozy, snowy, white Christmas, and he has a problem of always wanting to fix things and help people, so that's where it comes in. Kira doesn't know anything about running a farm. She doesn't know how to do anything herself. She's living in this, again, rundown cabin, and nothing's working. The heater's not working, and he tries and helps her. In this book, there's also like a side mystery plot like all the other books did. I didn't like the side mystery plots in the last two books. I just felt like it was silly, but this one, they introduced it and I was like immediately intrigued. It's like a murder mystery thriller on the side because the old owners of the Christmas tree farm, I don't know, they kind of just abandoned the farm. There's a couple living there and they all think that the husband killed the wife, and now they're trying to figure out, is there a dead body on this property? So that's the other thing that Ben is there for. And this book, I am loving it so far. I'm like 150 pages in, there's still no spice. They did have like an instant attraction to each other, and like they were talking about their attraction, but it's all in their head. And then there's like instances where they could have done something, but they stopped themselves. They're resisting each other, and I love that. And it's just the banter I love it. It's like playful, flirty, mean banter, and I'm all in for that. This is also the first book where it finally showed a map of Dream Harbor. I'm gonna try and put a picture on here so I can explain, but I want to visit this town. If you go to Main Street, there is a flower shop, ice cream shop, pet shop, Mac's Pub, the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, the Gingerbread Bakery, the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and a pancake house. There's also a hotel and spa. I just see the future books in this series and I'm so excited.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Hello guys, it is the next day and I know I'm wearing the same sweatshirt, okay? I'm just obsessed with it. It's cozy. And I tend to hyperfixate on one clothing item, especially sweaters, and I like wear it for a week straight. I'm just at home, so it's fine. Anyways, I am here for a book update. I finished The Christmas Tree Farm yesterday. This book, so much better than the last two books. Like I know I didn't update much on what was happening, but that's how good it was because I was just like in a trance and I'm like, half of this book I just read in one sitting. The author's writing really got better and I love how we got to know the characters individually at first. There was more depth to them like working out through their problems. There was a lot of like character development. Our female main character Kira, she learns that being independent doesn't mean you can't ask for help or you have to be alone. That's why she bought this Christmas tree farm, was to prove to her parents and her family that she can do stuff on her own, because like I said, growing up she had everyone doing stuff for her. And on the other hand, Ben, he learned to like break his toxic habits around relationships, and the spice didn't happen till like halfway through the book, which I like really enjoyed because we got the little things, like the playful banter, the little things that they do for each other, and I think that's what the other books lacked. It's a nosedive into spice. The 3 books in the series so far has had like side plots, and the side plots in the other 2 books I found a little bit silly, but this one was actually like heartwarming and sweet. It tied into the story perfectly. This essentially just gave like the vibes of a Christmas Hallmark movie and I love it. It is giving 5 out of 5 festive vibes and I just loved it. I devoured it. That's all I'm gonna say about this book. I rate it a 4 stars. The next book I started last night is another romance, but it's not like a cheesy rom-com holiday romance. I heard this is like a sad book, and it is One Day in December by Josie Silver. I really wanted to get this in physical copy, but I couldn't find it anywhere and I couldn't mail it here. And I got 39% of the way through it. I read a lot last night and this morning. It is actually like almost 2 p.m. right now. This book essentially follows Laurie. Laurie lives in London. One day she's on the bus and at a bus stop she makes eye contact with this strange mystery man. They form an instant connection, but then her bus drives away and she spends like a year looking for him. But a year later, during her Christmas party that she hosts with her best friend Sarah introduces her new boyfriend named Jack, and Jack is a guy she made eye contact with and fell in love and has been in love with him since she first laid eyes on him. So that's like such a difficult situation to be in. Like she's just in a pickle. Like obviously she sees that her best friend is like head over heels about this guy, and like what can you do and just be happy? It's just like not an ideal situation to be in. So it says it follows Laurie, the female main character, Sarah, the best friend, and Jack, the bus boy is what they call him, throughout 10 years of friendship, heartbreak, missed opportunities, roads not taken, and destinies reconsidered. One Day in December is a joyous, heartwarming, and immensely moving love story to escape into, and a reminder that fate takes inexplicable turns along the route to happiness. I am back in my room just because my mom's cooking downstairs and so a bit noisy for an update. I'm not much farther into the book. The last time I talked to you guys, I'm like 50% in, and I forgot to tell you that this book is also told in Jack's point of view, so it switches between Laurie and Jack. Throughout the years, I don't know how she does it. Like, she's in love with this man from the first time they laid eyes on each other. They didn't even say a word to each other, and she's been in love with her ever since, like for a year, and then he comes over and suddenly is dating her best friend. Like, that's a tough situation to be in. But over the years, like, she's managed to have like a friendly relationship with Jack for Sarah's sake because she's loyal to her best friend, and it must take a lot to do that. And now, like, they're in different points of their lives. Like, something happened to Jack and like he's at his lowest and he's just acting like a total jerk to everyone. Like, I don't know how they're gonna come back from this, and I don't know how Laurie has it in herself to like look after someone who has told her to go away multiple times and like in the past have had feelings for. I like Laurie. She's super strong. Like, she is the epitome of a loyal friend that will do anything for you. Also, I just noticed I matched my water bottle. I painted my nails yesterday because I said that they looked rusty. I painted them this dark green. It's still Christmassy and it matches my water bottle. I have been in love with this Awala ever since it came. It's my emotional water bottle. It is where I am all the time, 24/7. Anyways, this book's pretty interesting. Hopefully it makes me cry. I need to feel something. I want to feel something. So I'm gonna listen to like a playlist I found on Spotify made for this book, and it has some pretty sad songs like The Night We Met. I don't know why that song from 13 Reasons Why makes me bawl my eyes out. So I'll listen to that one. I think it's gonna be super sad to add to the atmospheric emotional effect of this book. Hello guys, it's like a couple hours later and I am now 85% into the book, and I'm slowly realizing that this is not like the typical romance books, that there may be like a happy ending. I don't know. I'm not rooting for anyone. I don't know what to expect for the ending. I'm feeling that this book follows these three main characters, Laurie, Jack, and Sarah, along their life and how they overcome the situation that they were in and like everything that life throws at them. I feel like it's just their journey of like growing as people, growing as like friends. I feel like it's more of following them as friends, growing apart, and like how their life is independently, but like there's still some aspects in their life that affects one another, if that makes sense. Like, they're all still connected. The choices they make, the things they do are somehow kind of tied into the other person. I don't know how to explain that, honestly. I'm having kind of a hard time reading through it right now and like finishing because it's kind of slow. It's definitely a slow burn. Like, there's not much going on right now. There was like something that happened a little bit ago, but then it kind of fizzled out and it's just like flat right now for me. So I think I'm gonna finish this book and tell you guys my final thoughts because I have like 15% left. Okay, I just sat here for the last like 10 minutes just thinking about how this book made me feel, and I don't know how to feel. I'm not entirely sure. But that ending, it was very like rom-com Hallmark movie coded. I feel like I've seen it somewhere and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I think it was like the perfect ending that we all needed because this book took me on a very messy, frustrating journey that shows how life is never easy. It really depicted meeting the right person at the wrong time perfectly. Like, I thought this book was just so long. There were so many unnecessary details, but again, it's over the span of 10 years. A lot can happen in the span of 10 years. And it's definitely slow burn, slow pace. Like, I wanted to give up at some point because I'm like, what am I doing here? What are we doing? But I also feel like this book can't be shorter because it shows how our main characters have like grown and dealt with life essentially, and like living with the consequences of their actions. I can see how like people can be rating this low, but I also can see how people could be rating this at 5 stars. I'm in the middle, so I think I'm gonna give this a 4 stars. Like, it was definitely like a heartwarming story. I just felt kind of icky at sometimes, like, because I was like rooting for the protagonist of this book, but it's just like an icky situation. Like, would you really go after your best friend's boyfriend? Like, I don't know, it's just like it feels morally wrong to be rooting for the protagonist in that way, so I didn't know what to think and like what to think and what I think would happen at the end. It's just, I feel like it really shows like the importance of having good people in your life, people that would understand and be there for you no matter what, and just wanting you to be happy. Our main character, Laura, she has gone through so much in the past 10 years, like heartbreak, lots of heartbreak. There's a lot of things that happened to her, and I felt so bad, and I'm like, wow, on top of this situation you're in with your best friend, her boyfriend, like these other things happen. She's just a good friend. That's all I'm gonna say. That's really all. I don't think I can say more. My brain is fried because I literally would not think that this situation would happen in real life. But it's also very possible. I don't know. I'm like, my brain is fried, so I'm gonna go take a break and start my next book in a little bit. Okay, now I gotta stop. I'm getting all sappy and I don't like it. So I'm going. It's like 2 hours later. I don't know why I'm ugly crying. I found this like fan-made book thriller for one day in December, and I was just watching it. It is by this YouTuber. She made like a thriller of the book from like other movies that already existed, and it hit me pretty hard. But I don't know why this book is hitting me pretty hard. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just PMSing because my period's coming soon, but I hate when books do this to me. I hate it and I love it. I have a love-hate relationship with it when books really get to me and just makes me all emotional and things, because I hate feeling this way. But if it's hitting me this hard, is it a 5 star? I don't know. I'm gonna keep it at a 4 stars because there's just stuff that I don't like about it. So I'll keep it at that. Okay guys, it's like an hour later. I took a little bit of a break from reading and now I'm ready to pick up my next book. I want to pick up a book that's like light and like lighthearted, easy to read, and kind of far away from that heart-wrenching story. So I decided to pick up Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. This is the holiday novella in the Caraval series that recently came out, and I got the exclusive edition. It's just so pretty, and the inside is absolutely gorgeous. It has like fun pictures inside too, and like graphics throughout the book that I feel like is just a nice break from so many words. Also got me this cute little candle with some gingerbread man, and it smells so good, so I think I'm gonna light that. And I got this jelly cat that I decided to put on my nightstand, and isn't it just so cute, this little bunny with a Christmas tree. morning, everyone. It's the next day. Excuse my hair. I have a hair oil mask in it, so I'm gonna leave it for like a couple hours to sit there and then go wash it off. But last night I read about this much into the book. It's pretty short. It's a pretty quick read. I got to page 87, chapter 8, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this book because of the graphics. Like, they'd be talking about something and it'd be like pictured there, and it just adds to the creativity of my imagination to imagine stuff that the book is talking about. I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to spoil the Caraval series, but it is in Donatella's point of view, and she's trying to find a magnificent gift for her special someone for the great holiday Eve party. I don't know, it's tradition. It's like basically their Christmas Eve, and the whole town is celebrating it, and everything's just magical, mythical, I don't know. And same with the writing. It feels so Christmassy and I love it. And this book cover, How to Not Lose the Love of Your Life, is actually a book that she has guiding on how she makes choices in her love life. Anyways, I think this is gonna be a quick read. I can binge this in one sitting. So I'm gonna go finish that and come back with my review. Hello guys, it's a few hours later. I finally washed my hair after I waited too long, and it feels so much better with clean hair. I did a little bit of a blowout, but didn't spend too much time on it. Anyways, I finished this book like 2 hours ago, and it was so good. It was a fun little story. It wasn't much just because it's a novella, but I think I would give this a 4 stars just because I love the Caraval series. That's like a 5-star series for me, and this was such a cute little holiday episode in their life, and it gave 5 out of 5 festive vibes. I don't know what to read next. I have these 3 options from the pile. I have Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score, and Love Light Farms. I'm kind of wanting like a little small town romance, so I'm not gonna read this one. Between this one, they're both about the same length, and I'm kind of gravitated towards this just because the cover is so festive. This one is a small town romance, enemies to lovers, and it's also a single dad trope. Apparently there's this hurricane that turns merry Connecticut into a disaster, and the dad is left scrambling to pick up the pieces of the home he loves. Apparently he's the town manager, and he needs to like renovate and fix the town up before Christmas. And then there's this like reality TV show renovation expert, Catalina King, who comes in to offer aid, but apparently she's had a bad past with the town, so that's a conflict, and I guess it just progresses from there. I heard this is enemies to lovers kind of, and like forced proximity. I don't know. So we're gonna read this. I'll start it in a bit just because I want to go eat some food. Guys, it is the next day, and I got about like almost halfway through the book. I am on page 140. It is so cold right now. It is so cold. The sun finally decided to come up and it's not dark and gloomy outside anymore. But the weather, it's currently minus 27. It was minus like 32 this morning, and the house just gets so cold, and I don't know, I just like being bundled up right now. And I've got the perfect thing for that. I am wearing, I don't even want to stand up because I'm so cozy. I'm wearing the Oodie. And if you want to get yours, especially in the cold season, I'll have a link down below, and you can use my code ShellyKernGirl15 for money off your very own Oodie and stay warm during the winter months, especially if you live up north like me. Anyways, book update. I was having such a hard time starting this book. Like, I kept putting it down. I think it's because I read Spectacular and the words were so big on the page, and these ones are like pretty decent. It's not like too much, but I was just like having a hard time reading because I was reading every single word. You know, when you read, you just like, you read multiple words at a time. I was not reading like that, but it got better later at night. I also downloaded it on my Kindle so I can read in bed, and that's where I like got most of my reading done, just because the Kindle, I like to make the words really big and I feel like I'm reading really fast. But so far so good. I like it. I'm at the part where Kat's already in town, but it took so much convincing for Noah to let her help, and for me, I felt like it was a little bit selfish. Like, I feel like he wasn't really thinking about the town. He was more thinking about himself and his daughter, because he didn't want his daughter to like look up to this TV reality star and have unrealistic dreams. Like, it's for the good of his town, because Catalina is offering to help fix his whole town by Christmas so they can have like their Christmas festival, which brings in majority of their money for the town. At this point, like, Noah does not have any funds or resources to fix the town before Christmas, so they were gonna miss it entirely and they wouldn't have a budget for the year. But I also get kind of where he's coming from, because on this other side, like, he's like, well, you're just making money off people who are going through a hard time, and like, you're making them look bad on TV. But like, the more I get to know Kat, the more I love her. She's very strong, independent woman, works for herself. She's producing her own show and she knows what she's doing. And Noah is just so grumpy. This is a grumpy sunshine. But Catalina, he learns not to mess with her because she's vicious. Only when someone's wronged her. But yeah, he's just so hard-headed and closed-minded about this whole thing, and he keeps doubting this whole thing would work. But I think now he's slowly realizing that Catalina's not that type of person. I love it. I'm loving it so far. I love the small town feel of this book. It's exactly what I'm looking for, and I'm gonna keep reading and update you guys in a bit. Here's what the weather is like. My aunt posted this on Facebook, and it says it's minus 33 and it feels like minus 41. Do you see that? Extreme cold warning. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing anything today. I fell asleep reading this book. Anyways, I'm just coming here for a book update. I'm like 70% into the book. Page 240, chapter 32. You know that feeling when enemies become lovers? That's when the plot really took up. First of all, I loved how I got to know the characters more before, like, you know, the more lusty, spicy scenes, because I just like passed 2 chapters of just full-on spice. I kind of just skimmed through it because I wasn't in the mood to like read something spicy, but I think it was well deserved. They gave me the banter I wanted. It first started off as like nemesis banter. They hated each other, then slowly they started flirting, like playful, flirty banter. I did find some of the banter and like what they said during the spice scene a little bit cringy, but I'm loving it so far. That's all I can say. Talk about the renovations and like plans for the cities a little bit slow, but I'm enjoying it so far. It's not giving Christmassy throughout the first half of the book just because they're talking about the town and everything and the damage, but the second half, I'm finding it's more Christmassy because they're decorating for Christmas, they're preparing for the Christmas festival and all those plans. And I think I'm hitting the part where the romance kind of fizzles out, because you know, there's always like that one thing that stops them when they already started. It's always like that. Anyways, you can see my brain's not working right now, so I'm gonna go have some dinner, shower, then get into bed and read this book and potentially finish it, because I'm ready to just move on to another book. Hello guys, it is a few hours later. I finished this book an hour or two ago and I just want to give you my thoughts. The ending was so good. It was so sweet. Like, I just love grand gestures, especially from the whole town. I always love small town romances because I love that found family aspect of it, like how everyone looks out for each other and is just welcoming and treats everyone like family. I do want to say the second half of the book was very spicy. It kind of like escalated from there. Like, I felt like there was a switch that just flipped where the male main character was just suddenly head over heels for our female main character. Yeah, I was like, where did this go? Escalated quick, but the ending was so wholesome. Like, if this was a movie, if this got turned into a movie, I would definitely watch it. I loved it. It gave 4 out of 5 festive vibes. I gave it 4 out of 5 because I feel like they weren't talking about Christmas as much. Like, it was mainly focused on their relationship, which I get it. This is the main plot of the story, and like fixing the town and getting it ready for Christmas is just like kind of another side plot that brought them together. But yeah, I still loved it. I would give it a 3.5 stars. This is my first Lucy Score book and I was scared because I have her whole Knock 'Em Out series and By the Thread by her, and I'm just scared to read it because people had said like it's just dragging on and on and on, because they're pretty thick romance books and sometimes I don't like really long romance books. It's like by page 300 you gotta start wrapping it up. But this was really good. I didn't feel that there was moments where it dragged on for too long. Like, there was some scenes that I think were dragged on, but like I didn't mind. It was a pretty good read. It was a fast read too. I think it was only like 360 pages, which isn't bad. One thing I do want to say too is this is my first like romance where there's a kid involved, and I absolutely love the kid in here. She's just so funny and like just witty and smart. I just love her. Her name's Sarah and she's such a cute 12-year-old. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end the book here. I hope you enjoy today's video for Bookmas Day 5. And if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe down below. And I'll see you tomorrow for Bookmas Day 6. Bye.